Welcome to wicso. Oh, ha, 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 ha. This episode is going to be about the spread of feudalism, its institutions, and those things. Firstly, in France, okay, France is already feudal, but currently feudalism is really only up here in Europe and maybe in and like Uganda, the rest are tribal confederations and things such as that. They're stuck. The Roman Republic does actually see a massive problem, and that's Aquitaine. Aquitaine, even though basically for a long time being a core part of the Roman Empire, doesn't like the Rome anymore and decides to launch a revolt to restore the old kingdom and to reform the empire. Now, Aquitaine also allies with Catalonia, the Provence region, and they could start marching. Many imperial loyalists, especially in Raetia, move in, but the Republic has a very good stronghold in Italy. So Italy is secured, and they even move in a bit into Provence. There will be also more. And eventually the loyalists are forced to give up, and they declare themselves emperors of Aquitaine. The Republic, angry at this, decides to restart to start the Third Mediterranean War, mainly as in claim to retake Venice, the Venice area, due to its economics and things like that. I mean, and legitimacy. And they are actually pretty successful. The port city fall almost instantly. The Dalmatians are incredible. The Greeks have a pretty experienced army, but the Romans have a way more experienced army. So they occupy this area, and then they move into Greece. Greece also gets almost, now this is very fast and more realistically, a bunch of troops flood in. The veterans are able to stop them at Moesia, but the capital gets easily captured. This would force the Greeks to sign. Eventually, the Greeks would fall apart. And the Roman Republic finally completes its goal. They had an old rival, that being Dalmatia. That was their first rival, actually, and they conquered it. The Roman Republic also demands the Carthage region, and Crete for naval buildup. The treaty would be incredibly harsh on Greece, and with Greece becoming both de jure, de facto, and de nigre. Okay, I have to apologize for that. That's a very bad word. Sorry to all those people. And what remains of the Greeks decides to move its capital to Thessaloniki. That's the rural counterpart. And the Roman Republic is actually stronger, even though they lost a lot of agricultural benefits. North Africa could theoretically make up for that a bit, but they gain money, but they gain a lot of money. But eventually, same with France, Aquitaine is forced to adopt feudalism due to its overexpansion and its vassal-based and populism and things like that. So basically, over time, feudalism spreads to almost all of Western Europe except for Italy. Italy remains in the classical era. Greece also becomes pretty much similar to feudal. Same with Hungary, and over time feudalism spreads. But in the East, feudalism isn't really that well received. Many of them are still recovering from tribalism and have pretty centralized things, but here's where the problems will restart. And that's this being the second Polish War. The second Polish War would happen after some Polish troops decided to move in and capture this area. Immediately, Czechia intervenes, declaring both war against Posen and Poland. Posen. But Poland is actually able to secure a good war against these countries. You know, so probable situation where what that happens is Czech troops moving and conquer all of Czechia while Poland fortifies. And the Poles launch an invasion where they capture the cities, allowing them to capture land as they slowly siege out multiple cities, including the central city. After that, they redirect a bunch of troops over here. And this is where the fourth front line kind of stops. But there would be a country that eventually Czechia demands. Eventually, Poland signs a peace treaty with Czechia, allowing Czechia to take over and secure its borders. The Ukrainians, allied with the Balts, decided to launch a massive encirclement, as they know the Poles control these cities, so they attempt to encircle these troops by cutting them off. Eventually, Ukrainian troops move into central Poland, and Poland gets occupied. The metropole of Poland, not eventually they do move into the rural territories, but the rurals actually put a guerrilla warfare fight. While Posen is very weak, so Pomerania invades it. Now the Pomeranian invasion sparks up a lot of debate, especially mainly in the Holy Roman Empire. To explain that, I'm gonna just show you what happened. Basically, this is taking not the Germanic Empire, and to show you what's happening, I'm going to show you the alliance layer. It's not really the alliance, the diplomacy layer. Now, as you can see, a lot of these the inter-vassal wars are real. The empire doesn't really like inter-vassal wars, so because it doesn't want any of its vassals to become too powerful. So basically, they tell the Pomeranians, give us 200, give us money. So the Pomeranians accept it as they see Posen as more profitable than the large sums of gold. This stage is caused the wars to last so much that finally a Polish commander decides to retake his own city. After that, he redirects a bunch of troops to march into Kiev. After the capital is captured, the king of Ukraine is captured. And Ukraine just straight up collapses. Poland is slowly able to retake its home. But the main victor in this war was actually the Lithuanians, which gained all of this. The Poles didn't annex as far as Ukraine, they actually decided to annex all of this territory, and all of this territory, which had basically become a mix between Polish culture and Ukrainian culture. If Polish culture wasn't already a mix of Baltic and Ukrainian and Germanic and Hungarian culture. Oh yeah, the religion promises. And so yeah, let's straight up start the religions. Okay. Okay, this is pretty hard to think about. I'll just do that do not do it in not in non-camera thing. So yeah.